I had depression for 5 years in my late teens and early 20s. It was one of the most difficult periods of my life. I struggled so much. And in between that time, there was a period where things got so bad that I actually ended up in the hospital as a result of my depression. Looking back at this journey now, a part of me is so grateful for it. It's because of this experience of me having depression at a young age that I got inspired to want to pursue this path of becoming a naturopathic doctor and supporting women like you in achieving really, really great brain health. If you're new to this channel, my name is Dr. Bisley Natley. I am also known as a holistic brain doctor. I'm a cognitive behavioral therapy certified naturopathic doctor, and I teach women how to elevate their self-worth and step into their peak potential by healing their brain. I really wanted to share the top 5 lessons that I learned from having depression for 5 years, one lesson per year. So I was like, 5 makes the most sense. The reason that I wanted to do the video in this way is because when we are struggling with our mental health, it's so hard for us to see that maybe there's a reason that we need to go through this for our ultimate self-growth and to really step into the person that we actually want to be. And those of you that feel like you're really struggling right now, I'm really not saying this to undermine any of what you're feeling. If anybody had said this to me when I was experiencing depression, I would have been like, get out of my face. Like, you're stupid, you're dumb, you have no idea how much pain and suffering I'm going through. And so I get that. I have been there. I have been at rock bottom as a result of my mental illness. And the reason that I'm saying this is because I've been at rock bottom, crawled my way out of it, became the woman that I've always dreamed of becoming. And now when I look back, I'm just like, wow, I can see why I needed to go through that. I can see why I needed to experience this journey to really ultimately step into who I was always meant to be. And again, when we're going through the trenches, when we're going through the challenges and struggles on an everyday basis, it's literally impossible to see that, which is why I want to share it with you now. So let's just dive straight into the top 5 lessons I learned from having depression that I want you to keep in mind the next time you feel like you're struggling, or if you are someone who's depressed right now. I hope that these lessons inspire you, empower you, and help you feel a little less alone. And this is lesson number 1, is that you're not alone. You are not alone. When we're significantly struggling with our mental health and experiencing an illness like depression, we feel so alone. Depression makes us feel so alone. It makes us feel like there's no one out there who would support us. It makes us feel like there is no one out there who would ever love us. And it just makes us feel like we are the most awful, most worst person in the world, and we are not deserving of any sort of love and care. And if you feel like that's you right now, first of all, I'm sorry. And I understand that pain completely. I know what it's like to be in that place where, I used to describe my depression as just this, some people describe it like a cloud, right? That always follows them everywhere. To me, it just felt like this layer of skin. And it wasn't even like skin. It was just like hard concrete all over my body. Right? And I just so badly wanted to just rip it off or break it open, this shell, but I couldn't do anything about it. And it was just pain. Every single day just felt like pain. Breathing felt hard. Getting out of my bed felt hard. Every single thing just felt so hard and so difficult. And I just felt so alone in it. I felt like no one understood me. I felt like everybody around me thought I was crazy, because from the outside, it seemed like I had this perfect life. But inside, I felt anything but that. And so I'm here to tell you that I get you. I understand you. I know what it feels like to feel so alone in your pain, and it just feels so overbearing. And this is why I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. 1, depression, unfortunately, is a pretty common illness, and so many of us experience it. And 2, there are people that love you and care about you. I know that when you're depressed, the thought of reaching out to someone, you just start to think that, oh my God, I'm a burden. Like, they won't actually be there, or like, oh, it's my family. Like, they have to be there. They have like no choice. Those are all lies depression is feeding into your brain so that you can live in the same story that you were alone and that no one cares about you. But the truth is that if you were to call up even like the 1 or 2 friends that you have, or the 1 or 2 family members that you know that are by your side, they will come for you. They'll be there for you. And if not them, like 911 will be there for you, right? Someone will be there for you. And I'm here for you, right? I am here for you. So important to remember that you are not alone. The best thing that you can do, and this is something that I did, is I made a list of people that I know that if I call them and it was an emergency, they would be there for me no matter what. Make a list of these people. And next time, that voice of depression comes into your mind that tells you you're alone, that no one loves you, no one cares about you, that you're a burden to this world, remember all of these people that love you and care about you. And if you weren't here, you better bet these people would miss the heck out of you. And you have people that care. You are not alone. Make a list of these people. And when your mind tries to convince you, oh, they just have to be there, or like, I don't know if they're actually going to be there. They are. They will. If that name came to your mind, they're going to be there. Okay, so please, please remember this as you move forward, as you work through this. And even if you don't have depression and you just struggle with your mental health from time to time, it's easy to feel alone, but just know that you are not. And if you want one-to-one support, I love supporting women and helping them step into their self-worth by helping them heal their brain. Use the link below. Book a free brain health assessment with me. I also have a community program that you can join and you can get that help and support so that you don't feel alone, because you're really not, okay? Lesson number 2 that I learned from having chronic depression for 5 years is that not taking action is going to keep you more stuck in your depression. Here's the thing, right? Depression is a disease, an illness that literally makes it feel like it's impossible to take action. The pain that you feel, the heavy emotions that you feel make it so difficult for you to even do the everyday, daily tasks that you need to get done. But here's the thing, those are the exact tasks that are actually going to make you feel better. The more that you don't take action, the more that you end up just sitting idle, the stronger those depressive thought patterns, those depressive emotions get. And I wish someone had told me this before. And there was a period in my life where I was dealing with depression by overachieving, which was not healthy. And then there was a period where I did the exact opposite, where I didn't do anything. And when I didn't do anything, those feelings got stronger and stronger and stronger. The pain just got more and more unbearable on an everyday basis. And not taking action really made me feel worse. You might be thinking, right, like, how the heck do I take action when I just don't even feel like taking action? Get help and support. I think that's literally the best thing that you can do. Tell someone else that you're struggling. Get them to hold you accountable, because we need that push from someone else to do that. And I think it's important to, note too, is that sometimes we don't realize that we're struggling, but the people around us do realize that we're struggling. And so sometimes we need to cue in to these people and what they're telling us. Because again, when you're stuck in that depression, when you're stuck in that pain, it's so hard to see anything else beyond that. And this is why if someone else in your life is telling you something, sharing something with you, maybe they're noticing how much you're struggling, listen to it. Because it's so easy to ignore that when we are by ourselves, or when we're actually stuck in the problem and the issue that we are facing. So very important for you to remember is that not taking action is going to keep you more stuck. Even if it's something as small and as simple as you just get up and take a shower, doing something really small and simple gives you that momentum to move forward and push forward and continue to do other things. And we just need that little push, that little kick sometimes, which is us taking that action step of just brushing our teeth, of combing our hair, of stepping into the shower and taking a hot shower and getting up and taking action. Inaction keeps you more stuck in your depression. So that's lesson number 2. Lesson number 3 that I learned from having chronic depression for 5 years is that sometimes your mind isn't the problem. It's actually your body that needs support. Another thing that I really wish I found out earlier than I did before, there's so much research out there to show some of the physiological things and dysfunctions in the body that can actually lead to depression. Inflammation is a really big one, and I'm actually going to come out with a video to show what the research says as to how inflammation can be connected with depression, but that is a huge one. And so when it comes to our body, we have to understand that if our body isn't functioning right, if our body doesn't have the tools it needs to make your feel-good hormones and neurotransmitters, it's going to be literally impossible for you to feel good. And when we even look at, for example, serotonin, which is our happiness hormone, 95% of it is produced in the gut. And the truth is that a lot of our gut health, like so many people's gut health, is completely dysfunctional because we're constantly stressed out. We're constantly eating the wrong foods for our bodies and our minds. And as a result of that, so many of us have an overgrowth of unhealthy bacteria, or we have leaky gut where pathogens are not going through our gut and causing widespread inflammation all throughout our body. And this has a direct impact on your brain health. If your gut isn't functioning right, if you don't have the right gut bacteria, you are not making the serotonin that your body needs in order to feel good. And also, this in general is also going to impact your bowel movements, right? Whenever I see someone who is depressed, not every single time, obviously, I can't say it's 100% of the time, but most of the time, there are some dysfunctions, major dysfunctions happening with the gut. Usually it's constipation. And so, very important to tune into that, right? Like if you're experiencing the bloating, if you have, constipation or diarrhea, if you have stomach pain and cramping, if you have acid reflux, all of these things point to dysfunctions happening in the gut that are causing you to feel this way. And this is a direct reflection of the foods you eat, the stress that you have, and overall how you take care of your body. In brain health care and just mental health care, I think that sometimes there is too big of an emphasis on the mind. But the truth is that, go to all the therapy sessions that you want to go to, work on challenging those negative thought patterns, do all the behavioral activation stuff. But if your body feels like shit, if you feel like shit in your body, you're never going to feel good. You can't out-therapy a bad lifestyle. It doesn't work like that. And this is why brain health care, mental health care, we need to be holistic about the approaches that we're giving people. Because by working on just one thing, you don't feel good. Your mind and your body both need to be supported in a healthy and powerful way if you truly want to feel good at the end of the day. So take a step back and ask yourself, are you constantly blaming your mind? Are you constantly blaming your external situations? Because if you are, then you need to take a step back and reflect and look into your body and ask yourself, have you been treating your body in the right way? Have you been sleeping enough? It's not even just about sleeping enough, because when we're depressed, we sleep a lot, but is your sleep restful? Are you waking up feeling rested, or are you constantly tossing and turning all night? Are you moving your body? Are you giving your body nutritious foods, like eating enough protein? Right? Your body needs protein in order to make your feel-good hormones and neurotransmitters. Your body needs vegetables. Okay? They need vegetables. I don't know why it's so hard for us to get vegetables in our diet. And it's always the number one thing people are missing. I always say half your plate should be vegetables at every meal. They're the most nutritious foods you can feed your body, right? We need our vegetables. And I guess fruits too, a little bit there as well. So lesson number 3. Sometimes it's not the mind, it's the dysfunctions in the body that are leading to the dysfunctional thoughts we're experiencing in our mind and the dysfunctional emotions that we're feeling on an everyday basis. Lesson number 4 that I learned from having chronic depression for 5 years is that you need to stop choosing people that make you feel shitty about yourself. Again, when I was stuck in depression, it's so interesting to take note too, right? I'm in a place right now where I truly believe I really do have really great brain health. And, many, many years ago, almost 8 years ago now, when I was stuck in depression and I was depressed, the types of people that I attracted at that time and the types of people that I attract like now, oh my God, it's like a world of a difference. And I truly do believe that you get reciprocated back the energy that you put out. And when we are in a depressed state, it is a lot of negative energy and struggles. That's just what depression is like. And oftentimes we tend to attract sometimes the worst things when we're in that state because we can't think clearly. We're coming from a place where we feel sad, where we feel bad about ourselves, where we feel hopeless about ourselves, about our life. And when you're coming from this place, you give off energy that then brings in the worst people in your life. And so if you are someone who's depressed right now or who is significantly struggling with their mental health, take a look at the people that you surround yourself with. I wish someone came and just hit me in the face and was like, Basleen, who the heck are you surrounding yourself with? Because I was literally in the most toxic friendships. I was in an extremely toxic relationship, which was awful for me at that time and which actually contributed to the onset of my depression in the first place. So I was in that place and I was around all of these people that just made me feel so shitty about myself and my life. Like, no wonder I woke up every single day and I felt like I hated myself. And of course, I can't fully blame them. There were definitely things that I should have been doing to take care of myself. But having people who make you constantly feel bad about yourself definitely contributes to that. And so this is why it's so important that you think about who are the people you're around. Do these people support you? Do they help you feel good about yourself? When I was stuck in a state of depression, I was just so used to feeling bad about myself. And I was just so used to believing that I was a shitty and awful person that I then attracted people into my life who also made me feel shitty and awful about myself because I was like, this is what I deserve. I deserve to be around shitty people. I deserve to be around people who make me feel bad about myself because I don't deserve any better. And just even saying this out loud, it's kind of sad if I think about it, it's sad that I just believed for so long I didn't deserve any better. And if you're in that, I get you. I understand that. It's so hard. And yes, it is a little sad, but I'm sharing this lesson with you so that you no longer have to continue making this mistake that I made for so long, where I just believe I deserve to be around shitty people because I was a bad person. I was an awful person and I wasn't deserving of love. The truth is that you're so deserving of love. You're so deserving to be around people who make you feel really good about yourself. But when we're so used to constantly being in the state of feeling bad, constantly being in the state of negative, we continue to attract more of that. So become aware of it because we literally become addicted to the feeling. Our nervous system becomes used to that. And whenever we try to break out of it, our nervous system is like, whoa, you're not used to feeling good. So let's go back to feeling shitty because that's what you're used to. And you need to become aware of that, right? You need to become aware of the people that you're letting into your life. And you need to ask yourself, do these people contribute to your depression, to your anxiety, to you feeling worse about yourself? Or do these people actually help you break out of these maladaptive patterns that you've developed for yourself and actually help you step into the woman that you are truly trying to be? Because you deserve better. You deserve people that make you feel loved and worthy and incredible and awesome because you are all of those things and so much more. So that was lesson number 4. Lesson number 5. And I think that this can be one of the hardest lessons to really embody when you are in the trenches of battling your own demons. Lesson number 5 that I learned from having chronic depression for 5 years is that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a big, beautiful, bright light at the end of the tunnel. And for you right now, it might seem really tiny and small, or you might not even see it there. But the truth is that it's there. It's there. You need to just keep moving forward. You need to just keep walking. And you need to keep taking the steps every single day, even if it means you get like 0.01% better every day. But you just need to keep walking towards there. I have been in a place where all I feel is darkness and pain. I've been in a place where I didn't see any light at the end of my tunnel, which is what eventually led me to the hospital in my early 20s as a result of depression. And so I know what it feels like to be there. And the truth is that, after coming out of this and after doing the work on myself, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It does get better. It doesn't get better if you don't do anything. It doesn't get better if you don't get help. So I will be honest about that. But it does get better if you take the action steps. It does get better if you reach out for help and if you tell people you're struggling. Life can be so beautiful and amazing and incredible. And I wish when I was struggling with my depression, I wish someone just came, gave me a hug and said that it's going to get better. And that my life is going to get beautiful. So let me give, you a big virtual hug. It's going to get better. It does get better. As long as you don't give up on yourself, as long as you keep getting up, as long as you keep reaching out for the help and support, and as long as you keep trying things, it will get better. Like, how can it not? How can it not? The best and most powerful thing that you can do for yourself is to not give up on myself. This is why I'm here today. I chose to not give up on myself. I chose to never end up in the hospital ever again for that very reason. And this is why I'm here in front of you today. And I want you to be here with me making that same choice, that you are not going to give up on yourself. You are not going to give up on that big, beautiful life that you have always dreamed about having. And know that, yes, there is a beautiful, big, bright light at the end of the tunnel waiting for you to step into it. I'm not going to say it happens overnight. It took me a very long time to finally get there, to finally start seeing the light, to finally replace the light with the darkness. It took me a while, but I got there. And I know that you can too. So let this be a reminder for you that there's a beautiful light. There's so many incredible things waiting for you. Give yourself the opportunity and the chance to get there. This gave me some chills. It just put me back in some places that I'm just like, wow, it was hard times. And you might feel like you're going through that right now. And I'm here to tell you that you're not alone in this. And I'm here with you. As I said before, if you want support, I'm here for you, right? You can join my group program community. I can support you one-on-one, but just please don't struggle alone. Use the link below to book a free brain health assessment with me, and let's chat about what support looks like for you, because I want to help you get to a place where you are just drenched in that light at the end of the tunnel and replace that light with the darkness that you're experiencing right now. And you will get there. So don't give up on yourself.